Just again say that since 1 year things have changed. How? First time all the political parties came together in all parties conference. They passed what everyone endorsed what was called the National Action Plan. First time in the history of Pakistan, all the parties resolved that all armed militias will be disarmed in Pakistan. First time. It's never happened before.
And it's led to Zarb-e-Azab.
No,
Impact is on Waziristan and Pakistan Taliban. There's no impact on LET, Jaish and those inflicting terror on India. No. That's the key issue that Mr. Modi keeps raising.
No, but Karan, let me again repeat. Zarb-e-Azab had already started when this army public school incident happened and all the parties came together. It had started 6 months earlier, Zarb-e-Azab. This National Action Plan specifically said that no armed militias will be allowed to operate in Pakistan. Pakistan would not be allowed, Pakistani soil will not be allowed for any terrorism outside the country. So all the parties resolved, every party signed this document. And since then, there's not just been action against Zarb-e-Azab that's gone on, but in Karachi there's been an action now. Militants, Karachi is a much more peaceful city. And then the sectarian groups have been targeted.
But LET hasn't been 2 terror attacks this year. I'm talking about Gurdaspur and Udhampur. A Pakistani terrorist actually captured by the Indian forces in one of them. Hafiz Saeed continues a free man. I know that now Pakistan television no longer shows his rallies live, but there's a 10 million bounty on his head put by the United States. From time to time he issues blood-curdling threats against India. He remains free. So when you talk about steps that can be taken, I ask you again, if on that terror issue they aren't, will we ever get close to each other?
Well, Karan, again, I repeat, look, I can only say that this is a document which has been signed, endorsed by all the parties and the army military leadership. We were all, the army chief and the entire political party spectrum was there, and all of us signed this document for the first time, disarming all militias.
That includes LET.
Every armed militia. It's a document signed by all the political parties.
Except action against LET is still to be taken.
Well, there are other still militant groups roaming around in Pakistan, but gradually action is being taken.
Would Imran Khan support action against Hafiz Saeed, arresting him, detaining him, ensuring that he doesn't come up with these periodic threats against India?
Karan, don't put me on the spot about any militant group, because listen, life is difficult in Pakistan. You can't just, it's very easy to sit in Delhi and make statements. But actually in Pakistan, I've been one of the Ministry of Interior issued this thing. I was on the top 3 hit list. So I'm not going to talk about militant groups. I'm just giving a statement that as far as the Pakistan political spectrum is concerned, the government, the army, all were on board that there should be no armed militias in Pakistan. And so, steps are being taken. The army at the moment is very popular simply because for the first time there's an across-the-board clampdown on terrorism.
Let me then ask you this. You're confident the steps are being taken. You're saying to me that after domestic terror is tackled, LET will be tackled. Give Pakistan and the army time and space to do it. Do you believe that what began in Bangkok, what reached some sort of hopeful outcome in Islamabad just 2 days ago, can actually lead to a genuine change in the atmosphere and relationship? Or is this just a hope which, like many previous hopes, will remain unfulfilled?
Again, a lot depends on the leadership, but this is a good beginning. And I do believe, that the moment people realize, and that's why people-to-people contact is important, that's why test series is important, cricket ties are important.
There's a third thing that's important, and I'm coming back to it, not just the leadership, not just people-to-people contact, but also the leadership needs support from its opposition. It's not just Shireen Mazari who's criticized this joint statement. Fazlur Rahman has done so. And there are others that are being cited in your papers today. Unfortunately, here in India, so you don't know, but they've been doing it. Would you, when you go back, say to them, because they're opposition leaders like you, look, give it a chance. Don't criticize before anything's even happened.
But Karan, listen, opposition is meant to criticize, but no one is discouraging the talks. Opposition, the whole idea of an opposition is to keep the government on its toes. And so, but the opposition is not against talks, even Fazlur Rahman. And let me tell you about Fazlur Rahman. He is a coalition partner of the government, of Nawaz Sharif's government.
But it's not just the opposition in Pakistan. The opposition in India has been accusing Mr. Modi of betrayal. They can't understand why Mr. Modi has changed his position between Ufar and now. And so you talk about the need for leadership to stand tall, but opposition in both countries is doing identical things, which is to try and cut the ground from under any initiatives the Prime Ministers take.
Look, Karan, I'm here. I had the, from the voting point of view, the second biggest party in Pakistan. I'm here and talking about peace, dialogue, talks, moving forward. There will always be hiccups. But my point is that when I talk about leadership always shows the bigger picture. Look, Karan, let me complete this. Leadership shows the bigger picture. The bigger picture in the subcontinent is the dividends of peace. Now, if a leadership in Pakistan and India, and it can only happen when both of them are on the same page, if they can show the picture, the dream of open borders between India and Pakistan after resolving our differences, the benefits of trade, the impact on poverty, I can tell you that they will carry everyone with them. No opposition will be able to stand up to that dream.
There's no doubt that the vision you're sketching out as a vision is beguiling, and a lot of it hinges on what you call the benefits of trade. You've even talked about how trade needs to be, in fact, the factor that boosts the relationship because it creates common dependence and therefore fosters common trust. And the problem, Imran Khan, is that in fact your country is the slow one on trade. You are reluctant to give India most favored nation status, even something reduced like non-discriminatory market access, which was promised for December last year, hasn't happened. It's Pakistan's reluctance that holds back the trade relationship.
Karan, this is not true because Pakistan has a completely different point of view. If you speak to the Pakistani traders, they say there are all these red tapeism and all the hurdles on the way of free trade. So but look, all this can be resolved. Point is, if we can all come, first of all, can people of Pakistan and India come to a common vision that, look, the benefits of trade, of peace, far outweigh any other hurdles in the way. So we can then remove all the roadblocks.